12. Everyday fitness stress triggers that may promote cancer growth. You work out to protect your health, to live longer, stronger, and cancer-free. But what if some of your daily fitness habits are quietly doing the opposite? What if the stress you put on your body in the name of health is creating biological conditions where cancer can thrive? Today, we are exposing 12 overlooked fitness mistakes that turn exercise from protection into pressure, and how chronic stress signals inside your body can promote cancer growth without you ever realizing it. 1. Chronic overtraining without adequate recovery. Pushing your body relentlessly may feel disciplined, but biologically it can be dangerous. Chronic overtraining keeps your stress hormone cortisol elevated, sending a constant survival mode signal through your system. When cortisol stays high, your immune system, especially natural killer cells designed to destroy abnormal cells, becomes suppressed. This weakens your body's first line of defense against cancer initiation. From a cancer biology perspective, persistent overtraining creates an inflammatory internal environment. Inflammation damages DNA, disrupts cellular communication, and makes tissues more vulnerable to malignant transformation. Instead of rebuilding stronger, your cells remain trapped in a cycle of breakdown. Without proper recovery, exercise stops being protective and starts becoming a chronic stressor. Rest days are not laziness. They are where the real protection happens. During recovery, your body repairs DNA damage, regenerates immune cells, and restores antioxidant defenses. When rest is skipped, these repair systems fall behind, allowing mutations and oxidative stress to accumulate. Over time, this creates fertile ground for cancer development. Research on elite athletes shows that prolonged training without adequate recovery leads to measurable immune suppression. Lymphocyte counts drop, infection risk rises, and cellular surveillance weakens. When this state becomes chronic, the body's ability to detect and eliminate abnormal cells declines. Rest is not optional, it is essential cancer prevention. Moderate cardio is one of the strongest cancer protective habits, but excess flips the equation. Ultra-long endurance exercise performed too frequently increases oxidative stress at the cellular level. This oxidative damage can directly harm DNA, increasing mutation risk when repair systems are overwhelmed. At the same time, cortisol and inflammatory signaling remain elevated. Without balance from resistance training and recovery, excessive endurance work creates a pro-inflammatory internal state. Instead of supporting longevity, the body is pushed into chronic wear and tear. Cancer thrives in environments marked by inflammation, oxidative stress, and hormonal imbalance, and extreme endurance training can unintentionally create all three. If this information is changing how you see exercise, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. What you learn next could protect your health in ways no workout plan ever explained. Muscle is far more than strength. It is a powerful endocrine organ. When you engage in resistance training, your muscles release myokines that actively suppress tumor growth and improve immune surveillance. Without strength training, insulin resistance rises, blood sugar control worsens, and growth-promoting hormones like IGF-1 increase. These signals directly stimulate cancer cell proliferation. From a metabolic standpoint, low muscle mass removes one of your strongest anti-cancer defenses. Breast, colorectal, and pancreatic cancers are especially sensitive to insulin and IGF-1 signaling. Ignoring resistance training means leaving one of the most protective biological systems completely unused. Training hard without fueling your body sends a dangerous message: scarcity. Chronic energy deficiency suppresses immune cell production and shifts hormones toward cortisol dominance. Instead of repair and regeneration, your body prioritizes survival, sacrificing immune vigilance in the process. Over time, this weakens cancer defense mechanisms. Undernourishment also disrupts hormonal balance, impairing thyroid function, sex hormones, and cellular repair pathways. When intense training is layered on top of inadequate nutrition, stress compounds silently. Cancer risk increases when immune suppression and hormonal dysfunction persist together. Here's what most people never realize. Many of these mistakes don't cause immediate symptoms. They work quietly, year after year, reshaping your internal biology. And the next few points may be the most overlooked cancer-promoting stressors of all. Exercise alone does not erase the cancer risks associated with excess visceral fat. Fat tissue is metabolically active and produces estrogen through aromatase activity, fueling hormone-sensitive cancers. It also releases inflammatory cytokines that damage surrounding tissues and worsen insulin resistance, even in people who exercise regularly. Being active does not automatically mean being metabolically protected. This is especially relevant for breast, endometrial, and colorectal cancers. When chronic inflammation, estrogen dominance, and insulin resistance exist together, cancer-promoting signals intensify. Over time, this environment encourages abnormal cells to survive and multiply. True protection requires not just movement, but reduced visceral fat and improved metabolic health. Sleep is the phase where exercise benefits are biologically finalized. Without adequate sleep, muscle repair stalls, immune regeneration weakens, and inflammatory signals remain elevated. Poor sleep disrupts circadian control of cell growth, allowing damaged or abnormal cells to divide when they should be suppressed. Training hard while sleeping poorly compounds physiological stress instead of reducing it. Melatonin, a powerful anti-cancer hormone, is released primarily during deep sleep. When sleep duration or quality is compromised, melatonin production drops significantly, removing a critical protective signal. Immune surveillance declines, and DNA repair becomes less efficient. No amount of training can override the biological damage caused by chronic sleep deprivation. Dehydration affects far more than athletic performance. It alters cellular safety mechanisms. When fluid levels drop, toxins and metabolic waste become more concentrated in tissues and organs. Detoxification pathways slow down, increasing exposure to carcinogenic byproducts. Oxidative stress rises, activating cellular damage and stress response pathways. High-intensity or hot environment training dramatically increases this risk. Over time, repeated dehydration episodes place excessive strain on the kidneys and bladder, increasing vulnerability in these tissues. Cellular repair becomes less efficient, and inflammation increases. Proper hydration is not a convenience. It is a fundamental layer of cancer protection. Many performance-enhancing supplements are poorly regulated and may contain unlisted or contaminated compounds. Some disrupt hormone balance, while others overload liver detoxification pathways. Chronic liver stress interferes with estrogen metabolism and insulin regulation, both of which are strongly linked to cancer development. What is marketed as support can quietly become a biological burden. Endocrine disruption alters how cells receive and interpret growth signals, increasing the risk of uncontrolled proliferation. When hormone pathways are repeatedly distorted, normal cell regulation breaks down, and abnormal cells gain survival advantages. If supplements replace food-based nutrition, sleep, and proper recovery, the body is forced into a constant detoxification state instead of repair. Immune surveillance weakens as energy is diverted away from cancer defense mechanisms. Over time, this imbalance creates biological conditions that favor disease rather than resilience. More stimulation does not equal better health or cancer protection. Ignoring injuries keeps the body locked in a chronic inflammatory state. Persistent joint or muscle inflammation elevates cytokines that promote tumor growth and suppress immune surveillance. It also activates NF-κB signaling, a molecular pathway strongly associated with cancer progression. Inflammation becomes the constant background condition of your physiology. Cancer thrives in environments where inflammation never fully resolves. When tissues remain in a constant state of repair, cellular turnover accelerates, and the likelihood of replication errors increases. Oxidative stress rises, damaging DNA and impairing normal cell signaling. At the same time, immune efficiency declines as inflammatory noise interferes with proper immune surveillance. Instead of eliminating abnormal cells, the immune system becomes distracted and exhausted. Proper injury treatment is not just about mobility. It is about restoring a low-inflammation, cancer-resistant internal environment. During exercise, breathing rate and depth increase dramatically. This causes greater inhalation of airborne toxins, especially near traffic, industrial areas, or in poorly ventilated gyms. Pollutants increase oxidative stress in lung tissue, damaging DNA and weakening local immune defenses. The harder you breathe, the more exposure you absorb. Repeated exposure to polluted air compounds the damage over time, especially during high ventilation exercise. Lung tissue becomes a primary site of oxidative stress as airborne toxins penetrate deeper into the respiratory system. DNA damage accumulates while local immune defenses are weakened by constant inflammatory signaling. This combination increases vulnerability at the cellular level, particularly in respiratory tissues. Urban outdoor training and poorly ventilated indoor gyms quietly amplify this risk. Clean air is not a luxury. It is a foundational element of long-term cancer prevention. Timing matters as much as intensity when it comes to exercise. Late-night workouts, circadian disruption, and training under chronic psychological stress disturb cortisol and melatonin rhythms. When these hormones fall out of balance, cancer protective signaling weakens and cellular growth regulation becomes unstable. The body loses its natural timing cues for repair and suppression. Exercise should reinforce biological rhythms, not fight against them. When performed in alignment with circadian cycles, movement enhances immune defense, hormone balance, and cellular repair. When misaligned, it becomes another chronic stress signal. The same workout can either protect or harm, depending on when and how it is done. If this video gave you a new perspective on fitness, stress, and cancer prevention, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this with someone who trains hard but may not realize what's happening beneath the surface. Because the goal isn't just to look healthy, but to protect your body at the deepest biological level.